Hey, welcome. Chaba here from Game of Conversions, and welcome to day 5 of the 28-day Corona Proof Your Business Challenge. And today, I'm gonna show you a stupidly simple sales formula that you can use to sell pretty much anything in any type of industry, in any medium that you can imagine. And this formula is called PAS, aka Problem Agitation Solution. Now, this is different to ADA, a potentially very well-known formula, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action, because problem agitation solution is all about the things that I mentioned in my previous video, namely to agitate the pains and fears of your audience so that they feel a push to do something, so that they get the motivation to get closer to their goals. Because otherwise, when people are just they're just having thoughts about some things like, yeah, I know I should do that, yeah, it would be good, well, guess what, nothing will ever happen, because the default thing for people is to do nothing. So you have to appeal to their emotions so that they do something, actually, so that they feel that they have a problem, and the problem agitation solution is the best way for this. However, a quick caveat here. Although the problem agitation solution framework is quite universal, you have to use it in slightly different ways based on the stage of awareness of your audience. Now, don't worry if you don't know what this is. I actually have a detailed video about this on my YouTube channel. You can definitely check it out. But in a nutshell, Eugene Schwartz, one of the most legendary marketers ever, coined this term. And it stands for 5 stages of awareness that people have based on how close they are to buying something that you're selling. So the first level, the first stage of awareness is unaware. And in this stage, people don't even know they have a problem, and obviously they don't know that there's a solution to it. The second is problem aware. And now people know that they have a problem, but they don't know that they can solve this. So they're just brooding on this problem, and that's it. The third stage is solution aware. And this is the place where people know they have a problem and they know that there are solutions for them as well. Next up, there's product aware. The same thing applies, except that people know about your solution as well. And they're at the stage where they're basically weighing different options on the market. So if they want to buy a phone, they know exactly what they want, and they're hesitating to buy an iPhone, Samsung, OnePlus, or Huawei, or Xiaomi, or all these types of devices. And finally, the fifth stage is most aware. And this is the stage where people are almost ready to buy the product that you're selling. They're just waiting for some type of discount or something to knock them off the fence and make them pull the trigger. So based on these things, how can you use the problem agitation solution framework? Well, let's say you want to create a Facebook ad. And usually when people are scrolling through Facebook, they are in a problem-aware stage. So that they know that they have problems in various areas of their life, but they're not actively thinking about it. And you should use this to your advantage so that when they see your Facebook ad, they're going to see a story of someone who struggled with a similar problem, or a testimonial, or you kind of hook them emotionally with something that resonates with them. And then you basically agitate this very little. Be careful, there's a whole other topic, Facebook compliance and everything, but you can still be creative and give and explain their problem, agitate it, and offer them a solution, which is going to be hosted on your landing page. So they click through, they get to your landing page. Now, if you're on a landing page, it's safe to assume that people are in a solution aware stage, between problem aware and solution aware, because they've just seen your ad. There's no other way for them to land on your landing page. So again, you can use the same problem agitation solution framework, but move them closer to your end goal. So in this case, you still describe a problem, but you describe it in a bit more solution focused way. And then the solution, the offer on this landing page is going to be something that moves them again closer and bumps them up to product aware stage. So that, let's say they download a lead magnet from you, they download a free mini course or something like that, a free masterclass or a webinar, they register to a webinar. Now, if they register to the webinar, they know that they have a problem. They know that there's a solution to it, but they don't know the details of it yet. But they just register. And on the webinar itself, you can still use basically the same framework, obviously with different sub-elements, because a webinar has its own structure and formula and everything. But you can still use problem, agitation, solution. But in this case, you move them closer again to their end result and you warm them up to product aware. Because eventually you're going to introduce your course or your offer or whatever you're selling. And on your final sales page, you can position your whole messaging so that it talks to people who are most likely product aware or most aware. And this is the important part, because at this point, people know they have a problem, they want to solve it, and they're just waiting to see how good of a deal you have for them. So this is why, all the bonuses and benefits and bullets and money back guarantee and every other persuasion technique that you have on a sales page is important, because at this stage you've already done the emotional part to some degree, and then you also want to appeal to their logic as well. Now, that doesn't mean that the sales page shouldn't include a lot of emotional hooks and leads that basically suck people in and again describe their pain, remind them of what they have, and agitates this. It's just that the end result of the sales page is to get the sale. But the end result of an earlier step of a funnel is to move them to the next step. So always think about this when you're thinking about architecting funnels. The whole aim of the funnel is to move people from one stage to the next stage. That's it. All the rest is just icing on the cake and basically using various tools to boost your conversions. And with that being said, now you know the basics of the problem, agitation, solution framework. It's not rocket science. Anybody can do it basically. You just have to know your audience and you have to use it wisely. So if you enjoyed this video, then leave a thumbs up below and leave a comment. Let me know what formula you're using. Let me know if you're using any formula at all and how your business does these steps in your current funnel. So have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Ciao out.